Hello students, welcome to our online session. Today's class will discuss with our new concept called decision making statement. I think by these classes you all know to write a basic programming. So any basic program is given. First you will understand the formula, you will identify how many variables you require for input and how many variable you require for output. So based on the input and output, you will start the program. First thing, you will give hash include stdio.h to call the library file. Then you will give main, open a bracket and close a bracket, and then you will open a parenthesis. Then depending upon your number of input and output, you will give a data type into float character like that. Then specify the variable names. After that, you will input the values using a scanf statement. Then you will write the formula. Then you will print the output. Actually, these kind of the program we have done. I think we have done quite number of programs. Now we will enter into our next logic. See, we can't say all the time we will be using only these kind of program where I will declare the variables, then do the input, then process, then calculation. Like this formula based program means you can use this method and you can finish it off. But there are certain situations where you need to decide something, and then based on that you have to do the calculation. For example, I want to check the if a person is eligible for voting or not. If you can remember, in our country, eligible for voting is they should be above 18 years. So if age should be above 18 years. If age is greater than 18, eligible for voting. Age is lesser than 18, they are not eligible for voting. So this is so here what's happening, condition is coming. You need to decide whether age is greater or lesser. So today's session we will focus on a concept called decision making statements. Till now we just did a normal calculation where I input, calculate and output. Now we will move on to a decision making statement. Then you need to write a statement and decide whether it is true or it is false. So this is the concept which we will be focusing upon. So take down, today's concept will be about decision making in C. So in C program, decision making statement is of various type. Some of the decision making statement is if statements, and then switch statement, and also conditional operator. This conditional operator we have already done, question mark and colon. If we have done during when we are discussing about operators, we have done that. So that is also one kind of decision making statement. And go to statement. See, all these things comes under decision making statement. But this topic we will concentrate on two things. One is called if statement and another is called switch statement. So we will be concentrating on these two factor concept, if statement and switch statement. So in C programming, if they ask about decision making statements, there are two statements are there to make use, which is used for decision making. One is if statements and switch statement. This if statement is also further divided into four types. The logic behind this, it is divided into four categories. That will be simple if statement, if else statement, nested if statement, if else ladder statement. It can be of four types: simple if statement, if else statement, nested if else statement, and if else ladder. Okay. Four categories are there. So to start with, we will start with our simple if statement. Here, why we use this is, I want to make a decision. I give a condition, I just give a thing. If condition is true, only the statement will be executed. If condition is false, nothing will happen, it will just come out of the program. So condition true agidre matra, when I want to execute something, then I call it as simple if statement. The syntax of simple if statement goes like this. See, we give a if in small letter and open a bracket, and then this is the place where we give a condition. For example, I said no, age is greater than 18 means I can give age greater than 18 like that. Then you will find a parenthesis. You need to open a parenthesis. Then you need to specify the statement. Then closing of parenthesis. But only thing is how this work means, here if, and here one condition would have been given. If this condition is true in nature, that means if it is true, then only this statement will be executed. In case this condition, I'm checking, some condition is given, I am checking, and it has become false means if the system won't execute this parenthesis part itself, it will come out and execute this thing. That's what I have given statement outside. So condition is true, statement inside will be executed. If condition is false, outside the statement will be executed. This is how this if statement work. So the explanation behind this is if condition is true, statement is executed. If condition is false, it will come out of the if statement. Okay. That is what I have specified here. If condition expression means condition. Okay. If expression returns true, then statement inside will be executed. Otherwise, statement inside is skipped and only the statement outside is executed. So true agidre, statement inside will be executed. If it is false, statement this will be skipped. Statement inside will be skipped and statement outside will be executed. This is how the if statement works. This is the flow diagram of our flow chart which we used to draw. If statement has to be specified in this diamond shape. As of now, we have not seen the shape in flow chart. We have seen that oval for start and stop, rectangle, parallelogram for input and output, and the process rectangle shape. But this time we are using this diamond shape for if statement. So whenever if there is an if statement, you will be using this. Say I give a condition. True, it will execute the statement. False means it will come out of the, it will skip the if statement and execute the remaining set of codes. So this flow graph will explain how the if statement works. We will see one simple example for this. Before seeing this, we will see one more example. Then I will show you this example also. See, I'm giving, but I think all of you know this two statement. By this time, you would have understood what is the purpose of this. I am giving a thing int age. Int age equals to 30. Directly I am giving. Then I am giving if age is greater than equals to 30, I am telling printf. Here I will make the condition greater than equal to 18. Not I don't want 30. Printf eligible for voting. So this is one of the simple program in which we can explain our if statement. See initial declaration, main method, main. Then I'm telling age is 30. Directly I'm giving the value inside age. Age is 30. And here I'm taking the condition if age is greater than 30. What is the age value? We have 30 as our age. So I'm checking the condition. If 30 is greater than equals to 18. Tell me whether it is true or false. Yes, the condition is true. Since the condition is true, what is the thing? If condition is true, it will enter into this loop parenthesis. Inside will go inside the statement and enter eligible for voting. Okay, this is how. So your answer will for this program will be eligible for voting. Now I am giving for my second run, I am giving my age as 3. Then what will happen? You tell me. So if it comes to if statement, if what is the age value? 3 greater than equals to 18. Whether it is 3 is greater than equal to 18 means no, it is false. If false, system will see it has become false. So this part of entire if statement will be skipped and it will come and see the next line. Next line, no statements are there. It just says closing of parenthesis. That means program is closed and program will be completed and you won't get any output for this concern. Okay, in this program. That's all. So if condition is true, statement is executed. If condition is false, it will skip the if statement. That's all. Okay, this is our concept of simple if statement. We will see one more example which I have given in the notes. Initial declaration. Here I am having two values x and y. X is assigned 15, y is assigned 13. I am telling if x is greater than y, then I need to print x is greater than y. See, according to this, you tell me what will happen. What is the x value? So I can compare. So if x value is going to be 15 greater than 13, Tell me whether it is true or false. 15 is greater than 13. Condition is true. Since condition is true, what will happen? Answer will be x is greater than y. So this will be your output. So here I have given x is greater than y. This is how your simple if statement works. Okay. Simple if statement works. Okay. Try understanding this concept and do one homework program on your own. What will be your homework program is enter a mark, only one mark. Okay, if mark is greater than 35, print result as pass. Try this program. Okay, I want you people to write the program in the material section in the classroom app and send it. I have sent the link. There you need to write the answer for this and you need to type and send it. Using your phone only, you type it up and you just send it off. That will be taken as your attendance. Provided if you have watched the video only, you can do this homework also. This is the homework for this part of the program. First, complete the notes, try understanding the concept, then try doing the homework. This is one type. We will move on to our second type. This is called if-else statement. What is called if-else statement? So last time, what was the problem? I have only one choice and one decision. Condition is true, it will execute. If condition is false, I don't have an alternative option at all. So to overcome that, we have another type of statement called if-else statement. Here what happens? If condition is true, one set of statement will be executed. If condition become false also, I will have another choice to execute. That is the concept behind if-else statement. See the syntax of this. If expression, expression means condition. If condition is true, but only one thing you should remember in all these if statement, if condition true, it will execute. If condition is false, it won't execute at all at any cost. So here if expression is true, this statement block 1 will be executed. If condition become false, otherwise you should always, in this you have an this or that. So here otherwise statement block 2 will be executed. See the explanation. If expression is true, statement block 1 is executed, else state block 1 is skipped and state block 2 is executed. So the true state block 1. If this condition is false, block 2. This is how it will execute. So here what happens? I give one condition. I have two decision making, this or that. In our previous thing, what happened? I have one condition and one decision making. In this, I have one condition only, but I have two choice. You want to make this or you want to skip that. Okay, two choices I can make. And this is this if statement. This if-else statement is commonly used in a computer program rather than simple if statement. So condition is true, statement is executed. Statement block 1 is executed. If condition is false, statement block 2 is executed. So true idre E block execute agate. Condition false adre E block. That's the reason to differentiate between we have a use else. So see the syntax. If condition, then block 1, and or you have to use a word called else. Tirga if also in small letter, else also in small letter. Statement block 2. See the flow diagram of this condition. True means one set of block. False means code inside this else body block will be executed. This is how the flow diagram looks like this for if-else statement. The same age program we will try extending and we will do. See, last time we checked only one set. Now we will give one example. So here what I'm trying to do, I have given the age as 3 and int age is greater than 18. Print if eligible for voting. Then I am continuing. In case else, if age is, else should be in small letter. Then I am telling printf not eligible for voting. So here what's happened? See, we give a condition, age is taken as 3. So what is our age value is assigned as 3. So you need to check whether 3 is greater than equals to 18. If it is greater than equal to, whether 3 is greater than equal to 18 means condition become false. Since condition is false, here condition false. False means this full set of block will be skipped and only it will do the else part. In else part, what happens? It will print not eligible for voting. So when I execute this program, I will get an output not eligible for voting. Okay. Same program we will make with little changes. I make this as 30. So here what happens? 30 is greater than 18. Tell me whether it is true or false. Yes, the condition is true. 30 is greater than 80. When it becomes true, if condition is true, what happened? Here only the statement is true, so it will execute eligible for voting. Then your output will be eligible for voting. Understand? If condition is true, first set of block will be executed. If condition is false, it will execute this else part. So here one condition, this or that decision. Either I have two options to make decision. True means first set of blocks. False means whatever you give inside the else block will be executed. This is how our if else statement work. We will see one more example here. The same program in an extended version. Int x and y, x is taken as 15, y is taken as 18. Now you tell me what happened. X value is 15. X value is 15. X value is 15. X value is taken as 15. I just want to change the color of the pink. X value is 15. Greater than 18. Whether 15 is greater than 18, condition is false. 15 is not greater than 18, correct? So what will happen? This will be skipped and you will get y is greater than, only else part will be executed. Understand? Idu multiple choice question tara. Yavadadu onde select madbeku. If part baritini else part baritini barbaru. You have to write only if condition is true, if part. Condition is false, else part. That's all. Okay, so your answer will be, since condition is false, condition fails, it will execute the second half and your output will be y is greater than x. Okay, this is how this if statement will work. So today's session we finished. We have four types of if statements. We finish two things. One is called simple if statement, another is called if else statement. Okay, copy down I will upload the study material also in the classroom app. Copy down the notes, try understanding and complete your homework sum. For this concept also, I have an homework problem. Same thing, enter a mark, same program in an extended version. Enter a mark. If mark is greater than 35, result is print. Result is pass. Otherwise, print result is fail. Try doing this program and send it in my type it in your classroom app itself and send it, so that I will know whether you're able to understand. And next session we will discuss about our next two concepts, that is if else ladder and a nested if statement. With this we stop. Have a nice day.